What's up, everybody? Wanted to make this quick video to show you how to find winning services to sell if you're just starting out in the online world, trying to see what are effective things to sell and how to sell. I know it can be daunting, and I just want to try to share a little information of what I learned of trying to figure out what exactly it is to sell. Generally speaking, it's going to be better to try and find a service to sell that is not going to require, you know, 3 years of studying and practice. For example, being a developer. I know obviously we're more and more in a tech world every day that goes by. However, we don't necessarily need to be developers per se in the formal sense of the word to you know get work or anything of that nature. In fact, that's one of the career paths or one of the skill paths that it can take a little bit longer for you to get proficient enough to be able to actually start, selling any kind of service or providing any kind of service and charging money for it, versus something else, which we'll get to some examples like, logo design or copywriting, or there's others out there that you can learn it and get proficient in it a little bit quicker. And even if you don't become the leading expert in it, in the next whatever month or two, at the very least you can get familiar with it enough that you can then outsource certain things, and then know what to look for as far as quality goes. So my best recommendation would be initially to go to um, the major platforms for any type of service. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to Legit. I'm going to jump to Fiverr, and I'm going to jump also to Upwork. So obviously, I think by even going to these initially, these are going to be your best places to go initially to even try to sell and try to get traffic and try to make money at all. It's going to be better, just like if you're starting off online, or excuse me, obviously this is online too, but starting off with e-commerce online as well, the best course of action initially is going to be to sell products on a marketplace like eBay or Amazon versus starting your own website and then driving traffic to it. It is obviously a good idea to do that as well, but it's going to take time, and it doesn't have the ability. You don't have the ability there to present yourself in such a way and try to rank within a platform that already has traffic and then sell to that traffic. You got to figure out your traffic, and traffic in the day it costs money. So if you're starting off and you don't have a budget, then even more so, you need to look at freelance market places, or marketplaces in general if you're selling physical products. But talking about here offering services specifically, not selling physical products, definitely the best course of action is going to be going and joining the freelance marketplaces, the major ones that are out there. The one that I like to use the best is one called Legit. Definitely a fantastic platform. Another one that's very popular is Fiverr. Another one that's very popular is Upwork, and then there's several, but there's another one that's also pretty popular called People Per Hour. All these platforms are very similar, but I would say these top three are the ones that you really want to focus on: Legit, Fiverr, and Upwork. So what you can do literally is just put you just go here. I mean, we could even go to just click on a tab. I mean, go to writing as an example. Okay, writing, top rated. Look at the reviews. So you want to see reviews. You want to see a lot of, so we'll go here to writing, same thing. We'll click writing as well. Okay, and then here I'll type in writing. Now what am I looking for here? I'm not looking specifically for a writer, in this example, but what I'm looking for is traffic, sales, a lot of reviews. I'm looking for indications to me that would say, okay, this is an in-demand service, not get focused so much on the seller at this point of whoever's providing the service, but rather, okay, does this service have traffic? Like I'm clicking on writing right now because I know writing is going to have traffic. And I mean, there's some people that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or more just as writers with writing services. So with that being said, you can see here 791 reviews, 439 reviews, 345 reviews, 300, 300, 200, 200, 190. the list goes on. I mean, you got tons and tons of reviews here, which means that if they got 791 reviews, they got at least, and I'm being very, very conservative here, they got at least 3 to 4 times that many orders, because not everyone, in fact, most people don't leave reviews. So let me just see, out of curiosity, how many reviews this seller has, or how many orders. 2,300 orders. So what I say, 800, 8 times 4 is 24. So yeah, she's done 20. And obviously, she has a couple other services here. They're all writing services. So even still, 491 plus 439 plus 167. So even still, half of her customers, which is a pretty high amount, which is very good. Half of her customers have left reviews, which is great. But still, she's done thousands of orders. That's fantastic. So the point I'm trying to make here is to show. Oh, geez, I'm moving the window here. Trying to hit the back button. The point that I'm trying to make is that, oh man, what am I doing here? I'm messing up left and right. This service of writing has a good amount of traffic. Okay, so let's go over here in Fiverr and take a look as well. Fiverr, they break it down into this. Let's just hit articles here, whatever. Okay, and let's hit here by best selling. Okay, best selling, same thing. Hundreds of reviews, 1,000 reviews, 800 reviews. A little bit lower, but he's, I guess, more of a newer seller. 150 reviews, 300 reviews. The list goes on. 300, 600. Quite a few reviews, quite a few sellers with that many reviews. So what that means to me, what it should mean to you, is that if there's this many sellers out here selling this service of writing, as an example, just a general example, and they all have, not all of them, but there's this many of them with that many reviews, that should indicate that there's a high demand, a high amount of traffic for writing services in general. Again, just trying to formulate what to sell if you don't really know what to sell and what's popular. So 934 reviews, 200, 1,000 reviews, the list goes on. Now let's go over to Upwork. Okay, writing and proofreading professional, 90,000 earned. This guy, 70,000 earned, 200,000 earned at $30 an hour. At that, 300,000 earned, 10,000 earned at $10 an hour, 20,000 earned, 100,000 earned, 10,000 earned, 40,000 earned. Just on this first page, I think you can pretty quickly see just writing, writing and different types of writing, blog writing, script writing, copywriting, whatever. You can niche down however you see fit. There is a very, very strong demand and a very high amount of traffic for people looking for writing services. So if you can familiarize yourself just a little bit with writing and how to write properly, and there's plenty of tools out there. You don't even need to do it so much these days. As far as breaking your head with proper grammar, there's tools out. I mean, not even getting into AI, which obviously there's that these days. I don't got to state the obvious, but even without that, there's tools like Grammarly. There's tons of tools out there. Word check, that they check, and you can copy and paste a whole huge blurb of content into it, copy and paste it in there. I think a word count is another one. Not only does it count the words, but it also check the grammar and the spelling as well. There's tools out there that make it that much easier for you to write. So even if you're not, a grammar expert, you didn't get straight A's in language arts in school or whatever the case may be, you can still write and with the tools that are available today, be able to write good content that you could go ahead and charge for, essentially. So this is a service that I think is very good, which, I mean, there's no shortage of amount of writers needed, definitely, and you can see even just for what's going on right now in Hollywood with the writers' strike. Hollywood basically is at its knees because without writers, who's going to write the content for what they need to produce? I mean, so and that's just one example: script writing and writing for entertainment purposes. But obviously, is resume writing. There's all sorts of different types of things that you can offer. So one that I'll show you as an example that's not from a perspective of selling online. Not that it's not an in-demand service at all. It's not what I'm saying. But as far as like, okay, if you're gonna, okay, like, okay, data, for example, data entry, yes, but like, okay, let's see, data analytics. Okay, like even though yes, data analytics is extremely important, and there's positions and companies out there that make tremendous money, or positions that pay tremendous money for data analytics and all that. I'm not saying that, but as far as like thinking of what service to offer as a freelancer, just trying to get something going online, get some money in the door for yourself. I don't think data analytics is a great one. The reason being is you go here to Fiverr, as I just clicked on, and you see, look at the reviews. They're all 30. The biggest one so far I've seen is 100 reviews, 17, 4, 13, 40, 70, 16, 6. This guy has a lot, 864, but he's just saying do your Excel spreadsheet, so could be anything, not just data analytics specifically. But as you can see, like it's a night and day difference. I mean, I don't got to further explain it. You can see it with your own two eyes. It's a night and day difference from what we just looked at with writing. This is all like, not that many reviews. I can click over here to legit. If I can click past the little thing here to, I mean, this thing's a pain. Pause the video by accident because this stupid recorder I'm using puts the thing up there in the top right corner. And now, okay. So let's go here and legit as an example. Data analytics. Okay, just doing it quick. I don't want this video to run too long. It's already 12 minutes long. But let's see. Data analytics. Come up. Technical support. How would they have it here? Business market research. Data. Put data. Yes. Data. Yeah, nothing much is even. Between the two platforms, they kind of they set it up a little differently, but yeah, I'm not seeing how I would differentiate it here with web development. It's not really web development. It's more like business, maybe market research, maybe. It might not even have it here because it doesn't have a lot of traffic. I mean, it doesn't. Again, I'm not saying if you're in that field and you're able to secure good income or a position doing so, great. But I'm talking about figuring out what services to sell online. And what I've seen, data analytics really isn't like a hot one as far as like you're not gonna have like a ton of traffic. You're not gonna have a bunch of people hitting you up to try to do it. Okay, so let's see here. 3K earned, 10K, not bad, 10K, 100K, okay, 100K here, 60K, and 20K. Okay, so just on the first page, you had a couple here that are 100K and one that is 60K. So not too bad, but again, if you recall, when we were looking at the writing page, we had several that were 200K, 300K. So even with that, it just goes to show. I mean, yes, I'm not saying you can't make money with data analytics. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is, as far as a service to offer, specifically a service to get started with offering it online, generally speaking, that's going to be an example of one that's really not too great. Is definitely not going to have as much traffic as something like, for example, writing, as I said, copywriting or other types of writing. So with that being said, the video is now at 14 minutes. I will go ahead and cut this off, and I will see you guys next time.